Okay, boys, to finish off this NFL season, let's give a quick recap of the year.
Finally, some acknowledgement for all the W's I took this year.
Did I win?
Sleepy Joe, you're a walking L.
Let's go over our regular season records first. George and Bill weren't with us in the regular season, so it was just us three. But here's our records for the regular season.
I absolutely dominated the regular season.
Nice job, Donald.
I was a close second.
Sleepy Joe, you finished dead last. Stop playing.
You had a strong regular season, Donald, but next year the gap won't be this big.
You guys are each 7 games apart from each other. Perfect symmetry.
Now let's look at the playoff records.
Me and Bill joined here.
And both of you are ass and somehow did worse than Sleepy Joe.
We were getting warmed up.
Doesn't matter. I ran the playoffs just like I did the regular season.
I'm tired of finishing second.
Do something about it.
At least I wasn't last.
Shut your mouth, Sleepy Joe. I win so much you're gonna get tired of winning.
Shout out Donald for winning both the regular season and playoffs. You are officially the undisputed king of the prediction.
Easy money.
Now let's recap the season each team has had. The way we will be doing it is through a grading system, A through F. The best grade is an A, which means they had a W season, then a B, which meant they were decent, then a C, which is mid, then a D, which is below average, and an F, which is an absolute dog shit season.
This grading system is too complicated.
Sleepy Joe, are you fucking stupid?
Maybe?
The grades we will each give are for the season overall, so preseason expectations are taken into account when grading, and our final grade will be the average of us 5.
Obama, stop yapping already. The people don't care about the terms and conditions. They want to hear me talk about their teams.
So let's get straight into it. We'll start with the New England Patriots.
They were absolutely dog shit this season. They deserve an F, no question.
I agree, there was never a point in the season where they were even competitive.
Last time the Patriots sucked this bad, I was still president, and I too was getting sucked.
There's nothing to say about the Pats this year. If you win 4 games, you are straight garbage. They get an F.
They did have that nice win over the Bills, though.
Doesn't matter, they did nothing else the whole year and looked terrible, easy F.
Okay, so I think it's safe to say our grade for the Patriots is an F. Now we got the New York Jets.
Good Lord, how did this team finish with 7 wins? They deserve an F for this disaster class of a season they had.
Chill out, Sleepy Joe. They weren't that bad. They deserve a C.
Worst offense in the history of the DMV.
What the fuck?
Jets didn't have a terrible season, but they were very fluky. At times looked good, but at times looked awful. I'm going to say they deserve a D.
That Jets offense was horrendous, and just for that, they should get an F, but their defense was really good, so I'll give them a D.
Jets season was over 4 plays into the season, but they still managed to win some big games against the Bills and Eagles. I think D is fair.
They should have beat the Chiefs too.
Okay, so our grade for the Jets will be a D. Next we have the Miami Dolphins.
This is a tough team to grade. On one hand, they could get an A, and on the other hand, could get a C.
Bush, you're higher than Hunter if you think Dolphin season is deserving of an A.
The only person who's higher than Hunter is, ice cream.
Dolphins started out hot, but blew it all by the end of the season. Fumbled the division and got bounced in the first round of the playoffs. They are low-key mid, but I fuck with Florida, so I'll give them a B.
Miami definitely deserves a B. They had a solid year where they made it to the playoffs, but unfortunately collapsed when they needed to get hot.
Tua Tugboat Viagra may be a fraud in holding back the Finns' offense. Yeah, I said it.
Sleepy Joe, you're a casual.
Dolphins deserve a C.
I'd say B.
The Broads in Miami are hot, and just for that, they get an A.
Okay, so since 3 of us got B, our final grade for the Dolphin season will be a B. Now we got the winners of the AFC East, the Buffalo Bills.
If Dolphins got a B, then so do the Bills.
That makes no sense.
Shut the fuck up, Obama. Bills were mid all year, somehow got hot at the right time and made it just as far as the Dolphins.
Bills made it to the divisional round.
They played the bum-ass Steelers, though. That's a free bye week.
Bills definitely deserve an A. To start off as bad as they did, and to not only win your division, but win a playoff game, is impressive.
They only won because they sacrificed themselves in the pit, but they were good, and the Bills, like Bill, deserve an A.
Buffalo may have got hot at the right time, but they still lost to the Jets, Jags, Broncos, and even the Patriots. Those types of losses are huge. And since we are looking at the season as a whole, there ain't no way Bills deserve an A. B is good for them.
B for the Bills.
The Baghdad Bills are terrorists, and Osama McDermott very possibly has weapons of mass destruction. That means we need to invade them and steal their oil.
Just give a letter grade Twin Tower Bush.
B for bomb.
Okay, so our final grade for the Bills will be a B. Next we have the Cincinnati Bengals.
How the fuck did the Bengals finish 9-8?
Jake Browning really stepped up after Burrow went down.
I hear a lot of the young girls are big fans of Joe Burrow. I may need to spend more time around him.
Bengals deserve a B. Are you kidding? Finishing above 500 with your star QB injured for half the season is impressive.
Relax, Donnie. Jake Brownie was good, but Bengals mid this year. They deserve a C.
Bengals finishing with a 9-8 record is the definition of mid.
Good point, George.
Either this team has a very talented roster or Browning is actually good.
Have you guys seen his wife?
She's too old for you, creepy Clinton.
Okay, so our grade for the Bengals is a C. Now the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The fact that this team made the playoffs is pitiful.
If you guys gave Bengals a C, then Steelers better be getting a C too.
The Steelers had a messy season.
Up and down all year with a horrific offense that only got a little hot towards the end of the season.
I'm fucking with a C for Pittsburgh.
If anything, a D.
They finished 10-7. They are at worst going to get a C.
This year, like every year, Steelers were the definition of mid.
Okay, so the Steelers are also getting a C. Next is the Cleveland Browns.
This is an easy A for the Browns. Don't play yourselves.
Donald, are you crazy? The Browns got bounced in the first round.
Deshaun Cosby breaks his shoulder from beating his meat too much, and all of a sudden, Sleepy Joe Flacco steps in and saves this Browns team.
Browns had a good year, but not an A. More like a B.
Joe is right. If Browns made a deeper playoff run, they would get an A. But getting embarrassed in the first round holds me back from giving them an A.
In my opinion, the Browns exceeded all expectations. This team was riddled with injuries the whole season and managed to make the playoffs comfortably. They deserve an A.
If they finished the season the way they did with Watson as QB, I'd say they get a B. But doing everything they did with Joe Flacco's old ass playing quarterback, that's an easy A.
Okay, so our grade for the Browns season will be an A. Now we got the winners of the AFC North, the Baltimore Ravens.
This is the easiest grade out of all the teams.
Definitely an A. They had the best record in the AFC, a top 5 defense, and Lamar won another MVP. They may have fell short in the AFC championship game, but Ravens had a great year overall.
It would be criminal to not give the Ravens an A.
Baltimore knows a lot about criminality.
That's a low blow.
Stop being a snowflake.
What's your grade?
Obviously, an A. Ravens had a fantastic season.
Joe, what about you?
The glorified running back may have won MVP, but the Ravens deserve a B for shitting the bed in the playoffs.
Joe and Lamar have a love-hate relationship.
I'm going to miss Sleepy Joe shitting on Lamar every week for absolutely no reason.
Okay, so our grade for the Ravens is an A. Next, we have the Tennessee Titans.
Very disappointing season for the Titans.
They're done. This season showed how washed this team is.
They weren't horrible, but definitely were not good. I think they are a perfect D.
I know something about a perfect D.
Creepy Clinton, you need to be castrated.
I agree with Titans getting a D.
I feel like Titans should get a C. They had a big win over the Jags and Dolphins.
Now, Titans were worse than mid. They get a D.
Forgettable ass season for Tennessee.
All right, so our grade for the Titans will be a D. Now we got the Indianapolis Colts.
Easy A for Indy. Nobody gave this team a chance, and they showed a lot of potential early with Anthony Richardson. Then he got injured, and everyone wrote off the Colts. They finished with a solid record of 9-8. They deserve an A.
You're a fucking idiot, Sleepy Joe. They are the definition of mid. They get a C.
I know their record indicates they should get a C, but the fact that they exceeded expectations the way they did, they should get a B.
The girls in Indy are mid, so they get a C.
Colts definitely overachieved, and it would be disrespectful to give them a C.
Put some respect on their name.
Okay, so our grade for the Colts is a B. Next up is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The Jaguars' downfall needs to be studied.
They shit the bed.
The Jags collapsed worse than the Twin Towers.
Friendly fire.
I'd give the Jags a C.
Your dumbass just gave the Colts a B. How the fuck are the Jags a C?
Going into the season, Colts were expected to be ass, while Jags were supposed to steamroll the division. Not only that, but they lost 5 of their last 6. They are lucky to get a C.
That shit makes absolutely no sense.
Jags deserve a C. We all know it.
Hell nah, Jags are better than Colts. They get a B.
I see both sides, but the Jags looked like legitimate contenders at one point and didn't even make the playoffs, while the Colts overachieved all year. Jags are getting a C.
They deserve an F. How the fuck did they blow the division?
You guys are such casuals who don't know shit about ball.
Okay, so our grade for the Jaguars is a C. Now we got the AFC South champs, Houston Texans.
Did anybody peep CJ Stroud with Amber Rose?
That's my boy.
Bro's winning on and off the field.
She is low-key a clout demon, though.
You guys can talk about this on your island later. We got to grade the Texans season.
They get an A because they are from Texas. Yeehaw!
I'd say B. Very similar season to the Colts.
The difference is that Texans beat the Colts and even made it to the divisional round. Texans are getting an A.
Texans were solid, but more like a B.
Stop hating. Texans are legit. They had even lower expectations than the Colts, and they achieved more. Nobody thought they would win the division, let alone a playoff game.
After the season, Texans had, there's no question, getting an A. They were unstoppable at times.
Okay, so our grade for the Texans is an A. Next, we have the Los Angeles Chargers.
Holy shit, what a disappointing season for the Chargers.
Herbert getting injured is why they sucked.
They were choking games even when Herbert was playing.
Chargers deserve an F.
Creepy Clinton finally said something smart.
I'd say D.
Me too.
Chargers had very high expectations, but they severely underperformed. Brandon Staley held them back badly.
Let's go, Brandon.
I'll have to give them an F. They did not make any noise this year and didn't have any big wins either.
Chargers were hella injured. They deserve a D.
Shut your mouth, they earned that F for being ass.
Okay, so our grade for the Chargers will be an F. Now we got the Denver Broncos.
What a season for the Broncos. They start off horrible, somehow looking worse than last year. Then midseason get hot and look like they may actually make a run for the playoffs. And all of a sudden completely fumble the bag against the Patriots and bench Russ.
That sounds like an A+ to me.
Denver Donkeys are horrible, they get a D.
I think my description of the Broncos season is the perfect example of a C.
The Broncos definitely get a C.
Denver Nuggets mid as fuck.
Sitting at 8-9 with the season they had, C is good. Their defense was above average, but at times it felt like the offense was lagging.
Give them a D and move on.
Mr. Unlimited and Kevin James deserve the C.
So our final grade for the Broncos is a C. Next is the Las Vegas Raiders.
If they fired Josh McDumbass earlier, Raiders could have actually been nice this year.
Antonio Pierce is the sole reason they did as good as they did.
Now the Raiders, I'd say, are deserving of a C.
I'd agree they were an average team at best.
If we gave the Broncos a C, then the Raiders get one too.
Pete Ostash O'Connell is the next big thing. Raiders get an A in my book.
Oakland Raiders will forever be mid.
Okay, so our grade for the Raiders is also a C. Now we got the Super Bowl champs, Kansas City Chiefs.
This is by far the easiest team to grade.
Yeah, definitely a C.
What the fuck?
I think Joe is on one.
I'm just playing. Obviously, the Chiefs earned the A.
They didn't have the best regular season, though.
Doesn't matter, they are back-to-back champs.
Chiefs are the best team in the world. They get an A.
No arguments for me, Chiefs definitely earn an A.
No shit.
So we all agree that Chiefs get an A. So these were our official grades for the entire AFC. Stay tuned for our grades for the NFC coming soon.
If you enjoyed the video,
Like and subscribe.
And comment down below your thoughts on our grades.
Also, give us a follow on our TikTok and Instagram, and be sure to check out our other prediction videos.
stay tuned for new videos every week.